adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family, Ozzie, Harriet, David, and Ricky. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson. And, of course, his lovely wife, Harriet, as Harriet Nelson. The older of the Nelson boys, David, appears as David Nelson. And his younger brother, the irrepressible Ricky, played by Ricky Nelson. The Nelson's next-door neighbor, Thorny, is played by Don DeFore.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hi. Have you seen the bicycle pump?
No, I haven't. Last time I saw it was out in the garage.
Oh, I found this football the boys were looking for, but it needs pumping up. Where are the boys?
I haven't seen David. Ricky's upstairs doing some homework.
Homework? You must be kidding.
No, he's up there with Harry Darby.
Harry Darby? Who's he?
Oh, he's the boy that just moved in across the street.
Oh, yeah. I saw Mr. Darby at the drugstore the other day. He looked kind of standoffish. I sort of smiled at him, and he nodded back.
But didn't you talk to him?
No, I didn't. He seemed like the kind of man you wouldn't just go up and talk to without being formally introduced.
Well, I think you should have introduced yourself. After all, he's our neighbor now.
Well, I know, and he's probably a very nice guy after you get to know him. But he seemed a little on the stuffy side. You know, the kind of man that knows where all his collar buttons are.
Football, huh, Pa?
Oh, yeah, I found it way back in the closet. It needs to be pumped up, though.
Well, look, if you guys gonna play football, you better change your clothes.
We're just going to fool around a little, Mom.
Well, why don't you go up and change your clothes, Dave, and I'll go out in the garage and pump the ball up.
I'll see if Ricky's finished his homework.
Well, hadn't you better go change your clothes, too? You don't want to get messed up.
Oh, this is... Well... Dave! Yeah? Get my sweatshirt while you're up there, will you?
Where is it, Pop?
It's right hanging where I always hang it.
Where's that?
On the floor of the bathroom.
Hi, Thorny.
Don't tell me you're a candidate for the high school football team.
No, I'm just going to toss a ball around with the boys. I'm getting too old for that rough stuff.
Are you kidding? You're never too old. Matter of fact, that's what I want to talk to you about.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you know, I'm in charge of entertainment for the Lodge Smoker next week, and we've got a little stunt figured out that I think will be right down your alley.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I talked this over with the fellas, and they all remember that thing you did last year. You know, you and Joe ran off inside the imitation horse.
Oh, that. Oh, that was nothing.
Are you kidding? It was a hit of the show, and you know it.
I know. It was darn hot inside that horse outfit. Oh, which reminds me, if we do that again this year, I'd like to be the front end of the horse.
Golly, Oz, I feel it was perfect typecasting right where you were. Anyway, we had something else in mind. Now, listen to this. At the end of each act, and maybe right in the middle of them, you stroll across the stage in a silly costume. Baggy pants, and maybe that big red nose, and that tie of yours that lights up.
Oh, you sure I wouldn't look too ridiculous?
Ah, you can never look too ridiculous. You'll be terrific.
Say, here's an idea. I could get one of those exploding cigars, and the cigar will explode and blow the phony nose off.
Wonderful. That'd be terrific.
Oh, and listen, how about this for a finish? My suspenders break, my baggy pants fall down, and I'm wearing long red underwear.
Oz, how do you think of those things?
The only thing, though, where are we going to get a suit of long red underwear?
Don't worry, Oz. We'll find them on somebody. I knew the minute they suggested this thing, you were the man to do it.
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, they all agreed. The minute I mentioned your name, they all start laughing.
Oh. Now, I hope you mean that as a compliment.
Oh, sure, Oz. Every lodge ought to have one man like you. Just one, of course. Thanks, Oz. I'll see you later.
I'll try to think of some more things. There's no business like show business.
Here's your sweatshirt, Pop.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dave, but I really don't think I need it after all. I can't hurt this old shirt.
Is the ball blown up okay, Pa?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Here, run out for a pass.
Well, let's play a little game. David and I'll stay on you, Pa.
Are you kidding me? Say you two big husky guys that take advantage of a cowardly old man?
No, 2 guys on offense and 1 guy on defense, Pa.
Okay, well, let's get over here where we got more room. Here you go. Throw us the pass.
Here, David, throw me a long one.
Hi. Nice catch. Give me a long one.
You go down alongside the house and I'll throw you a button hook.
I think you ought to call it quits now, fellas. No sense overdoing it.
Gee, you hurt yourself, Pa?
No. Just a little stiff, that's all. Here, let me give it a kick.
You're going to put it through the Thornberry's window, Pa.
No, I'll kick it straight down the street. Just step aside, though, Rick. See, I haven't done any punting for years.
You all right, Pa?
I kicked it with my right foot, and it was my left ankle that curled under me.
Great kick, Pa.
Yeah, it was a beauty. Went clear across the street.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, thanks, son. I'm afraid I'm going to be a little stiff tomorrow morning. Would you mind getting the ball, Dave? You're a little younger than I am.
Well, why don't you get it, Ricky? You're a little younger than I am.
Won't look now, but I think the ball's being delivered to us in person.
Oh, you are so right.
I believe this belongs to you.
Thank you very much. I'm terribly sorry. I kicked the ball, and it went off the side of my foot. These are my two sons, David and Ricky.
How do you do? I think I know your son, Harry.
Oh, yes, so I understand. Well, boys, maybe you better kick the football around and back.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cause you all this trouble.
Well, that's quite all right. I saw your ball come sailing across the street. I wasn't quite sure what it was at first.
Oh, well, I'm glad you saw it. For a frightening moment there, I was afraid it might have struck you on the hat.
Fortunately, it didn't. It struck my car.
That's a shame. I hope it didn't do any damage.
No, it just bounced off one of the fenders.
Oh, we should have been playing in the street. We usually do.
Oh, tell me, Mr. Nelson, I'm rather new in this neighborhood. Is it customary for grown men to play football in the streets around here?
I was just giving the boys a few pointers.
I didn't seem to notice any of the other gentlemen playing. That's why I asked.
Oh, well, I guess I play... See, I have these two boys. You just met them, and they play a lot of football, and I kind of like to keep my hand in. My foot in, you might say. As a matter of fact, I guess I really did put my foot in it.
Well, I must be going now.
Oh, well, thanks a lot for bringing the football over.
Hi, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, hi there, Susie. The boys are out back playing football.
I just wanted to show David my new car.
Yeah, it looks great.
You want to go for riding it?
Oh, no thanks, not right now. I have to get cleaned up for lunch.
Were you playing football, too?
Yeah, I'm afraid I was. I guess it's about time I started acting my age.
Mr. Nelson, how can you say that? I like you just the way you are. So does everybody else.
Well, nevertheless, I am kind of disheveled.
You know, some men let themselves get old and stuffy, but you don't. That's what I like about you. You know what you are? You're the Peter Pan of the neighborhood.
No. Well, thanks a lot, Susie. Nevertheless, I think I better fly in the house and get cleaned up. So long.
Looks like you lost.
Playing football with the boys. Do I have a clean shirt, I hope?
Well, if you don't, there's one in David's drawer. It'll be too long now, huh?
No.
What's that?
Oh, I guess it's Ricky's homework. It's a composition. My family.
Oh, do you think you ought to read it?
Well, I think it's okay to look it over for grammatical errors and stuff like that. My family. A little over 14 years ago, I was born. I grew very fast because I always ate my food and didn't smoke cigars.
I'm glad to hear that.
Got quite a sense of humor. I like to eat because my mother is a wonderful cook and is very beautiful.
Oh, he's developing a wonderful vocabulary, isn't he?
This kind of approach is bound to come in handy later on. Then there is my father. He likes ice cream almost as much as I do. personal here.
Well, if it embarrasses you, I'll leave. I have to get lunch anyway.
He hardly ever bawls me out and is quite generous about money matters.
One thing about my father, though. I wish he was just a little more like the man across the street. A boy sure would be lucky to have a father like him.
The man across the street. That's Darby. He wants me to be like Darby? Dignified.
Wow, are you a mess? Looks like you lost.
Let's face it, I look sloppy most of the time.
The minute I mentioned your name, they all start laughing.
Just a buffoon, a clown.
You know what you are? You're the Peter Pan of the neighborhood.
Peter Pan. At my age.
Is it customary for grown men to play football in the streets around here?
No, of course not. I wonder my own son is ashamed of me.
I wish my father was just a little more like the man across the street. A boy sure would be lucky to have a father like him.
Well, don't worry, son. I'm going to do something about it. You're not going to be ashamed of your dad.
Hi, Oz.
Oh, good afternoon, Thorny.
Are you kidding?
Am I kidding about what?
With that outfit? Going to a masquerade or something?
Look, Thorny, you can go around looking like you're dressed for the rag pickers barbecue if you like, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to start dressing with a little more care and dignity from now on.
No, just a minute. You were dressed worse than this a few minutes ago. What's got in you all of a sudden?
Well, I've been doing a little thinking. Has it ever occurred to you that you and I are full-grown men with families that would like to look up to us with a little respect?
Well, I'm sure they do.
Well, I'm not so sure. Take Ricky, for instance. I know he'd like me to act a little differently.
In what way?
Well, he'd like me to be a little more like Mr. Darby, the man who moved in across the street.
Oh, I haven't met him yet. What's he like?
He's a very fine gentleman, a conservative type, obviously a solid citizen.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe we can take him over to Loud Smoker and introduce him around.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without my participating this year.
But Oz, everyone's counting on you.
Well, maybe so, but it's ridiculous. A man of my age acting like a buffoon with a big funny nose and red flannel underwear and my pants falling down. What's Ricky going to think?
Well, first you tell me what Ricky's doing at a lodge stag.
Well, he's bound to find out about it. I think it's about time you and I both started acting our ages.
Mr. Nelson?
Oh, hello there, Mr. Darby. How do you do, sir? It's a pleasure to see you.
Well, I thought it was about time I stopped by and got acquainted with my new neighbors.
Oh, fine. This is Mr. Thornberry, Mr. Darby.
How do you do, Mr. Darby?
Oh, forget the mister. My friends call me just plain Darby.
Oh, I'm Ozzie. This is Thorny.
Well, my friends call me just plain sloppy.
I was just chiding Thorny about the way he's dressed.
Oh, well, I think he looks very comfortable.
Say, Oz and I were just going over to his garage for a Coke. Care to join us?
Well, thank you.
Well, believe it or not, Darby turned out to be a pretty easy fellow to get to know, once you got to know him. Well, here's mud in your eye, gentlemen.
I beg your pardon?
Here's to a happy neighborhood.
Here, here.
And strangely enough, he seemed to be quite interested in playing football with us.
Yeah, Oz, why don't you run down for a little pass?
Oh, are you kidding, Thorny? I've got this nice suit on and everything.
Oh, come on, Oz, just a short one.
Well, see how crazy we are. Not too far, Thorny. Almost before we realized what was happening, we were including him in a little impromptu game.
Boss centered, Oz.
Okay, Thorny is center.
Yeah.
Now, you're on the defensive side, and Thorny and I are offensive.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, I mean, our side has the ball, you see.
Oh, yes.
Now, we're not allowed to use our hands but you're allowed to use your hands.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. That hardly seems quite fair.
Well, it all evens itself out later on when you get the ball. Okay?
All right.
Now, Thorny passes the ball back to me, and then you charge past him and tackle me.
Yes, all right.
Okay?
Wait. I want to get my hat on right. All right, ready.
35, 56, 47. You're allowed to use your hands. See, push yourself right past him and tackle me. It's a rough game, you know.
Whoa.
Maybe you better take your hat.
Take my hat off.
You got it, Oz?
Yeah.
That was a terrific pass, Darb.
Well, I feel as though I were getting the knack of it a little better now. Sorry I threw it so high, Oz. It sort of went out of control.
Oh, that's right. The darndest pass I've ever seen in my life.
No, really?
Well, I've lived here about 14 years. The first time I've ever seen anybody throw the ball right into the chimney.
Fellas, I'm sorry to break up the game, but Mrs. Darby just phoned, and she wants Mr. Darby to come right home.
Oh, well, this is my wife, Mr. Darby.
Oh, how do you
How do you
do?
do?
Oh, dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my.
Well, I guess I better get going, Oz.
Okay.
Hey, I hope we can do this again soon, fellas. This has really been a delightful experience.
Oh, it has been a lot of
Drop
fun.
around any time, Darb. There's usually a game going on.
Yeah, there's usually some sort of excitement on around here.
Well, I'll see you later, huh, guys?
He's really a nice guy.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm a mess. Look at him.
You're beginning to look normal again.
Hope Ricky doesn't see me like this.
Why are you so worried about Ricky all of a sudden?
Well, I'll explain it to you later, Barney.
Okay, I'll see you.
So long.
Wow. Look at you. You been playing football, Pop?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't want to say anything in front of the other men, but you sure are a mess.
I know, and I'm sorry. Rick, would you mind coming into the living room with me, son? I'd like to have a little talk with you. Pardon me.
Oh, will you call David and tell him dinner will be ready in a few minutes?
Yeah, okay.
Did I do something wrong, Pop?
Oh, no, nothing like that, son. Will you sit down over there for a minute, please? Rick, being a father isn't the easiest thing in the world. Now, it's kind of hard to believe seeing me all disheveled like this, but I want you to understand that from now on I'm going to do my very best to live up to your idea of what a real dad should be.
Oh, heck, Pop, I like you just the way you are.
Well, it's kind of you to say that, son, but I understand just how you feel. From now on, I'm going to do my best to be just like Mr. Darby.
Mr. Darby?
Oh, yes. I might as well tell you I read your composition. One where you said you wish your dad was a little more like the man across the street.
Well, that wasn't my composition. That was Harry Darby's. You want to read mine? It's called Why I Like Esquire magazine.
You mean Harry Darby wants his father to be like me?
Yeah, he thinks you're swell.
Harriet?
Dinner's ready, fellas.
Harriet, did you hear that? Ricky didn't write that composition after all.
Yes, I know.
You know?
Yes, I found out about an hour ago. Mrs. Darby phoned and asked if her husband could come over and play football with you.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I was going to tell you right after dinner. I just thought it might be nice to have one more meal with that nice, dignified gentleman who was here for lunch.
A fine thing. Oh, by the way, do we have any red flannels around here? We're going to put on some entertainment at the lodge.
Come on, David, dinner's ready.
I'm coming.
Oh, I forgot to wash up. Turn around, let me get a good look at you. Hey, where did you get the outfit?
Oh, belonged to a friend of mine who used to take football at Harvard. I thought I'd dress for the game this afternoon.
Oh, Barney! Hey, Hey, Thorny, Darv's out here. Wants to play football.
Please, huh?
Well, what the heck? Well, aren't you going to play football with us?
You ruffians may indulge in this vulgar sport if you wish, but as for me, I'm off to a matinee at the opera.